Hello viewers, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss about a very interesting topic on problems of adjustment in adulthood. As you all know, adulthood is the longest period in the lifespan of an individual, where there are remarkable physical, psychological changes are experienced by all the early adults. In this entire session, I will be using either early adults or young adults simultaneously. Today, what is most interesting is what are the issues that we are discussing, especially the adjustment problems. We all know that adjustment begins from the birth itself. So, therefore, adjustment is a process. In this process, it is characterized by the individual himself, how he adjusts himself with that of the environment. Therefore, adjustment is a continuous process in an individual's life. In this particular area, adjustment not necessarily that he has to make in one area, but in terms of personal adjustment, social adjustment and also the vocational adjustment of the individual is of highly concern. To be more clear, let us discuss now about the personal adjustments of the early adult. Now, what are the topics that we talk about personal adjustment problems are concerned? Especially the physical health of the young adult is of utmost concern and priority. What do we understand by physical health? It is very important that the individual should be healthy, otherwise he cannot cope up with the environmental pressures are concerned. Therefore, sometimes most of the young adults suffer from chronic illnesses and also prolonged illnesses with which they are unable to adjust to the environment or work or social lives. As a result, they experience frustration. Further, this frustration also leads to excessive stress because they are continuously trying to beat up with the healthy people. As a result, they fail to succeed and compete with the healthy people. Therefore, the chronic illness, especially the physical health, is one of the most important personal adjustment problem. And the second is the physical appearance or the attractiveness. Now, we all know that not everybody is attractive. As a result, they have a damaging impact on their business, work life and also in having a healthy and successful marital relationship. Now, we are coming to the most important adjustment problem, that is the social adjustment. It is observed that there are three important social adjustment problems experienced by the young adults. Let us see what. The first one is the difficulty with a congenial social group. Here, both men and women who are young adults experience difficulty in interacting with a particular congenial social group. The congenial social group indicates a friendly environment, a friendly social group. It is very difficult for those who are married because of the responsibilities that they undertake after the marriage. Men are busy with their work life as well as home responsibilities. Women are preoccupied with the home responsibilities as well as child rearing and other responsibilities. Therefore, these are the people who find very difficult in interacting with a friendly social groups. The second important social adjustment problem is the dissatisfaction with the role the social group expects the individual to play. If you remember, the early adults or the young adults, while they were in adolescent period, they tend to play roles of a leader. As a result, at this particular age, they cannot become a follower. So, they have a problem with their roles. As a result, they are dissatisfied with the role that the social group expects them to play. The third important social adjustment problem is difficulty in social mobility. Social mobility is considered to be one of the most important criteria wherein people try to be more friendly, they try to be interacting with new social groups, new neighbors, and they give up the old associations and groups. Now, here are the people who suffer loneliness as they constantly change their group members or neighbors and adapt to the new situations. Now, this leads to loneliness and further leads to depression in such socially mobile individuals. The next important topic that I am going to discuss here is the gender role adjustments. Very important area of adjustment is whether the male and female are expected to play different roles or same roles. In the society, men are expected to play a particular role, women are expected to play a particular role. Now, this is considered to be a traditional concept wherein there is a prescribed pattern of behavior. Here, the prescribed pattern of behavior means that the individual emphasizes mostly on masculine supremacy and intolerance toward any trait that hints of femininity or any work that is considered as women's work. We all know what does a woman do. She is more responsible person, takes care of the family, takes care of the children, takes care of the household as well as the workplace. Therefore, in the traditional concepts, it is considered that the role of woman is very clear. Similarly, the role of a man, he is the authority in the workplace, a dominating person in the home, or maybe a role model to the son as a masculine figure, and sometimes he is also the breadwinner in the family and also a disciplinarian. Therefore, the traditional concepts here I refer as the particular pattern of behavior which is exhibited by men and women as well. The egalitarian concepts are those which are quite new and can be modified from the traditional concepts. The egalitarian concept is referred as the equal status that is given to men and women. Here, the role should be lead to personal fulfillment. Out of the individual's interest and ability, the woman takes full potentials of her abilities. Here, the male and female work together in a companionship relationship. Now, marital adjustment is another important area of adjustment in terms of social adjustments. Now, marriage is a social event and this needs two families to get together. Marital adjustment is an important area need to be understood by both families. Now, here there are four important adjustments to be made in marital adjustments. The first is the adjustment to a mate, that is a companion who have to live together for a long period. Now, how to adjust to a mate or a companion in terms of interpersonal relations, how individuals, especially the male and female, how they interact with each other, the past experiences of their interpersonal relationship will further lead to understand and have a better understanding between each other in their marital relationship. Therefore, here the major focus will be on the development of interpersonal relationships. The longer the interpersonal relationship, the better will be the adjustment. The second is the sexual adjustment. Now, this is another important marital adjustment that talks about the attitude towards sexual relationships. If the individuals have negative attitude towards sexual relationship, that becomes a problem in their marital adjustments. The third is the financial adjustments. Lack of money is considered to be a very crucial adjustment problems in the marital adjustment, especially if the women have been working since before their marriage. Now, they find it difficult to meet their financial requirements if they stop working. So, having money or lack of money also further creates marital adjustment problems. They do not want to depend on their husband's income. Since they have been earning themselves since for the past so many years before they got married. Therefore, the financial adjustment is mostly for the women. Now, the in-law adjustment, very important adjustment in the marital relationship, because once the two families are together, it is very important to understand both the in-laws of the individuals, because in-laws of could be different age groups, maybe from babies to elderly there may be in-laws, and with different cultural backgrounds, with different educational background, with different social backgrounds, they all come together, and understanding the in-laws will make the spouse understand each other better. In continuation to this marital adjustment, adjustment to parenthood is also an important criterion, because it is a transition to maturity and adult responsibilities, because we have to take care of the young children. Now, in this process, there is a crisis experienced by the young couples. Because of lack of experience to take care of the newborns, they find it difficult to adjust with the parenthood. As a result, there is a gap between the husband and wife understanding, because a new family member has arrived and the attention needs to be turned to the new child. The second is the adjustment to single parenthood, because we must have seen many couples who are together and taking care of children, but at times there are single parents who are all alone to take care of their young children. The reason could be the death of the husband or wife. But to your information, now currently worldwide what is understood is a single parent is not because of death of the spouse, but it is because of divorce. Mostly the divorces are increasing in the, if you see the global scenario, the divorce rate is increasing. As a result, most of them remain single parents and they look after their children. Singlehood. Now, adjustment to singlehood is one important area where many young adults do not get married. They try to work, their intentions, their interests, their attitudes are focused towards having a career, having a new lifestyle, being friendly with colleagues and friends, which makes them more comfortable. But this is not so. Why people remain single has a different reason. It's because of unattractiveness or unable to find a right partner, sometimes because of prolonged illness. All these psychological factors, physical factors contribute to remain singlehood, and after 30 years of their age, they continue to be single and they feel comfortable in remaining single. Now we are going to discuss about vocational adjustment. The vocational adjustment in terms of the individual's career. How early adults make vocational adjustments in their life. So, in order to make the vocational adjustment in a proper way, there are certain important factors to be understood. The first factor is selection of a vocation. How individuals select a job based on their liking. If I like teaching, I choose to be a teacher. So, in this process, if I select a particular profession or a vocation, I would like to continue to work in that particular area, and I should also have the ability, my teaching aptitude should also help me in selecting a job, the right job, and also the necessity. Sometimes my liking and sometimes my ability may not be more important, but my need to survive, my need to help my family members is also influencing in selecting a vocation. The second is the achieving stability in the selection made. If I chose a particular profession, how stable I am? How will I know? Let us see how. The job experience, the number of years I am working in that particular organization, my personal interest, am I liking my job? Am I satisfied with my job? And also the vocational values. What is a value? Teaching is a value, mentoring is a value, and giving knowledge is a value. Therefore, my vocational values are also attached in remaining stable in particular vocation. The third is the adjustment to the work situation. Not only adjustment in terms of personal and social, even an individual should make appropriate vocational adjustments at the workplace. How I behave with my co-workers, how is my behavior with my superiors, am I able to work under pressure conditions? All these factors also influence the individual's vocational adjustments. Now, what are the hazards, what are the dangers of these adjustment problems, especially the vocational adjustment? If an individual is unable to adjust to the vocation, what are the side effects, what are the hazards? Now, it is understood that the vocational adjustment problems in terms of job dissatisfaction. Every individual should have job satisfaction for which they continue to work for a longer period. Otherwise, this can lead to job dissatisfaction or sometimes unemployment. Out of these two, job dissatisfaction is experienced high among the young adults. Marital adjustment hazards are also considered to be one of the important areas wherein we have discussed about divorce, we have discussed about separation, and these are many hazards that can contribute to marital adjustment problems. Now, how to make successful adjustment is our concern. Can you think of how an individual is successful in making an adjustment? Even each one of us need to adjust, but how successfully, how do we assess this? How can we measure this in terms of our achievements? Say for example, if I have made a comfortable adjustment in my workplace, I should know in terms of my achievements, my promotions, my increase in my salary, and the rewards, the awards that I get. All these factors are directly indicating your success of adjustment in your workplace. Therefore, achievements are the one which can be measured and understood that this is the success of adjustment. The second is satisfaction. Now, can we measure satisfaction? Many of us doubt that we cannot measure our satisfaction, but yes, if we have achieved, we satisfy. Therefore, the satisfaction level of the individual also indicates the successful adjustment of the individual. Are you satisfied with your marital life? Are you satisfied with your salary? Are you satisfied with your husband and wife? Are you satisfied with your teacher? Are you satisfied with your boss? Are you satisfied with your salary? All these are indicating of your successful adjustment. Further, personal adjustments are reflected in the individual's personality. Personal adjustment, how I adjust to myself. If I am not physically attractive, am I adjusting myself, or am I feeling stressed out because I am not looking good? So, an individual's personal adjustment in terms of my abilities, if I am not able to perform to my best, then am I able to adjust to myself? Am I able to understand that my level of understanding, my level of capacity is average, below average, or superior? Therefore, the individual's personal adjustment is also considered to be one of the key for successful adjustment. In this particular topic on problems of adjustment, so far we have understood and learned that there are personal, social and vocational adjustment problems experienced by young adults. To be more clear, the personal adjustments are coming under two important criterion, that is the physical health and the attractiveness. The social adjustment problem are coming under marital adjustments. Also, the individuals are unable to move in a congenial social group environment. They are socially mobile, but as a result, they also experience loneliness and depression. In continuation with the social adjustment, adjustment to parenthood is also a crisis condition among the young adults. And further, Adjustment to single parenthood is a challenge for all the single parents, and the reason was associated with divorce, not because of the death of the spouse, which is very, very interesting. Further, remaining single is a challenge so that the individuals remain single in their entire lifespan, and they are supporting their own family members and their parents and also with their friends. Remaining single is not because of their interest, it is because of various physical and psychological problems, as we have discussed. The vocational adjustment is also another challenge where the individuals have to make in terms of selecting a right job, also adjusting and being stable in that particular job, and also whether that job is fulfilling to them or not is of most important adjustment to be made. And out of all these problems, how successful the individual is able to adjust to the environment is of most important concern, wherein we have to measure, we have to know that there are certain parameters through which we can understand that successful adjustment is possible based on three conditions. The first condition is knowing our achievements, the second condition is our satisfaction level, and the third condition is the individual's personal adjustment to himself in terms of his personality that can be understood. Thank you.